2026 is not just another year. It's the year you bury the version of yourself that's been holding you back. The version that hesitates when it's time to act. The one that scrolls instead of builds. The one that dreams but never follows through. Because here's the truth, no one's coming to save you. And if you keep carrying that weak version into the next year, you'll live the same story again, same struggles, same excuses, same unfulfilled potential. In 2026, it's personal. In 2026, you kill that weakness before it kills your dreams. There comes a point when you look in the mirror and realize the enemy was never out there. It's not your circumstances, not your past, not the people who doubted you. It's the version of you that settles. No one talks about the middle, the months where you've stopped being who you were but haven't yet become who you're trying to be. You'll feel lost. You'll feel invisible. People will think you've changed and they'll be right. But that's what growth looks like. It's the darkness between identities, the silence between breakthroughs. Don't quit during the middle. That's where the weak version of you begs for one last chance to survive. Don't give it one. The one that says, "I'll start tomorrow." The one that seeks comfort when it should be chasing growth. You see, most people never change, not because they can't, but because they keep negotiating with their weakness. They tell themselves they'll evolve someday, but someday is a myth. If you're not changing today, you're repeating yesterday. Weakness doesn't announce itself. It hides in your habits, in your endless scrolling, in the way you justify staying comfortable. It's in that voice that says, "You've done enough," or "You deserve a break," even when you haven't earned it. And over time, that voice becomes louder than your purpose. You start believing that staying safe is the same as being smart, that waiting for motivation is the same as being patient. But it's not. Weakness is deceptive. It dresses itself as self-care when in reality it's self-sabotage. There was a time I used to play small. I'd tell myself I wasn't ready, that I needed more time. But one day I realized time was moving and I wasn't. I watched people chase their goals while I stayed in the same place, convincing myself that my moment would come. It didn't. Moments don't come, you create them. And that realization hit me hard. No one is going to hand you the life you want. You either build it or you stay a spectator forever. That was the night I made a promise to never go to bed as the same person I woke up as. If you want to evolve in 2026, you have to kill your excuses one by one. Excuses are like parasites. They feed on your potential until nothing's left. "I don't have time. I'm tired. I'll start when I feel ready." No, you won't. You'll never feel ready. That's why growth hurts. Discipline isn't about feeling good. It's about doing what's required, even when you don't feel like it. Because the truth is, your goals don't care how you feel. They only respond to what you do. There will come a point in your journey where you feel like giving up, where the weight of your old habits tries to pull you back. You'll hear that familiar voice again. "Relax. Take it easy. No one's watching." But that's the test. That's the exact moment you decide who you'll become. If you quit then, you return to the same life you promised yourself you'd outgrow. If you push through, you unlock a version of yourself you've never met before, stronger, sharper, unstoppable. The war isn't around you. It's in you. Killing the weak version of yourself isn't a one-time decision, it's a daily execution. It's waking up when your mind says sleep. It's choosing discipline over dopamine. It's showing up when nobody's clapping. Every day you bury a piece of that weakness, with every workout, every plan followed through, every distraction ignored. And slowly something shifts. You start craving progress more than comfort. You stop needing validation. You stop explaining your purpose. You just build. That's how transformation happens, not in big, dramatic moments, but in quiet consistency. Let's be honest. You've been dragging the same weak version of yourself for years. The one that makes excuses, the one that says maybe later, the one that folds under pressure. But deep down, you know it can't come with you anymore. Not in 2026. Because this next chapter of your life, it demands someone stronger. And that means you need to do something most people never have the courage to do. You need to kill the old you. There's a version of you that loves comfort. It loves scrolling, overthinking, talking instead of doing. It loves safety, even if it means living a life that doesn't make you proud. That version of you, it's not evil, it's just afraid. Afraid to fail, afraid to be judged, afraid to find out what would happen if you actually tried. But here's the truth that hurts. As long as you protect that version of yourself, you'll never meet the version that's meant to change your life. When you decide to change, don't expect applause. In fact, expect silence. People will notice your distance, your focus, your seriousness, and they'll misunderstand it. They'll say you've changed, and they'll be right. Because when you start walking the path of evolution, you walk alone at first. You'll lose friends. You'll lose comfort, but what you gain is power. You'll find peace in solitude, and in that solitude you'll realize your old life was built to keep you average. To become extraordinary, you have to be willing to be misunderstood. Once you start killing that weak version, everything around you begins to shift. You start walking differently, talking differently, thinking differently. You stop reacting to small things. You stop wasting time trying to be liked. You begin to operate from purpose, not emotion. And that's when people start noticing, not because you're louder, but because your silence has power. They feel the energy shift. They can tell something changed. You didn't just improve your habits, you changed your identity. Every morning when you wake up, whisper this: he's gone. She's gone. The weak me didn't survive 2025. Only the strong one made it to 2026. Then move like it. 2026 is the year you reinvent yourself completely, not partially, not halfway, completely. No more half-dreaming, no more almosts. No more potential without action. You have to burn the bridge that leads back to your old self. Because if you leave it standing, you'll run back the moment it gets hard. Becoming unrecognizable should be the goal. When people see you 6 months from now, they shouldn't recognize your mindset, your work ethic, or your energy. You owe it to yourself to become so focused that even your past self wouldn't believe who you are now. So here's what 2026 needs from you: radical honesty, brutal consistency, and the courage to face yourself. Because when you wake up in the morning, it's not you versus the world. It's you versus that voice that says 5 more minutes. It's you versus the fear of posting, of starting, of being judged. That's the war that defines who wins in life. People think success is about intelligence or luck. It's not. It's about how long you can ignore your weakness before it drags you back into comfort. You know what that weak version of you loves? Dopamine. Distractions, approval, and every time you feed it, it grows stronger. So starve it. There's a quiet power that comes from knowing you've survived versions of yourself that once broke you. You've been weak before, and you made it here anyway. You've doubted yourself, failed, restarted, and still found the strength to keep going. That's not weakness. That's resilience. And this year, that resilience becomes your weapon. Because when you finally stop making peace with your weakness, you start building a life that reflects your strength. You start becoming the kind of person who doesn't need to talk about their goals because their presence already shows it. So this is your wake-up call. 2026 isn't waiting for you to get ready. It's already here, and so is your chance to become who you were meant to be. Kill that weak version. Kill the procrastinator. Kill the overthinker. Kill the one who keeps waiting for permission. Because your new life can't begin until your old habits die. You are stronger than your excuses, more capable than your doubts. And the only person you need to prove that to is you. You'll look in the mirror and won't recognize yourself, and for once that'll be a good thing. You'll notice your discipline feels natural, your focus is sharp, your peace feels earned, and that's when it'll hit you. You didn't just kill the weak version of yourself, you outlived it. Because you didn't wait for the new year. You didn't wait for motivation. You just decided that who you were was no longer acceptable. And from that decision, a whole new life began. In 2026, don't talk about it. Don't post about it. Just become it. 2026, the year you finally meet the version of yourself you were always meant to be.